Okay, so this is the critical reasoning. CR since blank probably a strengthened, but we don't know. Which of the following most logically completes the argument? The irradiation of food kills bacteria and thus retards spoilage. The irradiation of food, is this pasteurization of food? Like putting it in the fridge? Is that what irradiation means? That's what I'm trying to think. All right, I'm gonna cancel that word irradiation and put in pasteurization. I think that's the same. It kills bacteria and thus stops food getting spoiled. So I've replaced that word, which was irradiation with pasteurization, because I know what pasteurizing means. I don't know what irradiation means. However, it lowers the value, or putting it in the fridge does lower value of many foods. Example, it destroys some vitamin Bs. Proponents of irradiation, or in my thinking, pasteurization, point out that irradiation is no worse in this respect than cooking. Okay, so it's the same like cooking, even cooking, I guess. This is what I'm writing on my notepad. Irradiation kills back, but other issues. Supporters of IR, so does cooking. However, okay, so the author is not believing it. The author is not a supporter of irradiation. However, this fact is either beside the point, since most irradiated foods eaten raw, or else misleading, since it's either beside the point. So the author is not a fan of IR. I mean, maybe that's too strong actually. Maybe that doesn't count. That's not a fair argument. Because I'm looking for something that tells me irradiation. What am I looking for? Irradiation is I'm looking for something that tells me like maybe cooking, thereby killing. No. What am I looking for? Before I go into the answer choices, why cooking doesn't counter irradiation? One reason was given is eaten raw anyway, so, and I'm looking for some other reason why irradiation is different than cooking, really, or why it doesn't count, why I can't say cooking, cooking also. Something like that. So I'm looking for something that says the 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 argument put forth that irradiation destroys vitamins, even though it does increase shelf life, is still significant. Something like that. All right, many of the proponents of irradiation are food distributors who gain from foods having a lung. I don't think so. This is accurate because I'm looking for something negative about irradiation. I'm looking for something that says irradiation is different than cooking. I think, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Irradiation is different than cooking. B, it is clear that killing bacteria may be present on food is not the only effect that irradiation has. Yeah, I'm looking for something why it's saying it's misleading, because proponents of irradiation that it's no worse than cooking. It's why is this counter in blue pointless? I need to look at something about cooking perhaps versus irradiation. Cooking is usually the final step in preparing food for consumption, whereas irradiation serves to ensure longer shelf. This may be true. I think this is telling me the difference between cooking versus irradiation. See, certain kinds of cooking now. Well, I think that itself is wrong in option D. Certain kinds of cooking. Well, I'm looking for something more generic. All kinds of cooking. E, for food that is both irradiated and cooked, the reduction associated with either is individually. So this is telling me that actually cooking is a genuine counterpoint to the argument made by the proponents. It is a genuine argument that in the blue is a genuine argument. This is E's opposite of what I'm looking for. So I would select C at this point.